Another week, another win for the Mabel Canton Cougars last week as they knocked off Grand Meadow 38-14. Head coach Paul Tollefsrud joining us. And after looking at the film of that game, what was the takeaways from your perspective, Coach?
To be honest, I mean, the kids weathered some storms and played well and came up with the win, but we made too many mistakes mentally and turnover wise. We had 3 turnovers. We lost all 3. And gave up big plays, a couple big plays. That's how they ended up scoring. So, our kids were resilient and continued to play in those situations, but we can't afford to have those turnovers and stuff in it, in games.
And obviously, those micro things are the difference between winning and losing a lot of the times. But on the defensive side, from a macro perspective, you held your last 2 opponents to a combined 26 points after giving up more than that earlier on in the season. How has this team gotten better on the defensive side of the ball?
We're controlling our gaps, and that's the biggest thing. Rallying to the ball, making tackles, and not giving up big plays. And I shouldn't say that. We gave up an 82-yard touchdown against them, and their quarterback, who is a good runner. And for the most part, we haven't given up many big plays in that stretch.
And on the offensive side, another nice night for your 2 backs, Caden Tollefsrud, 209 yards, Tyler Larson, 150 yards. Those are the type of numbers that make a wing T system coach smile, right?
Absolutely. Keep grinding and controlling the clock. That's what we want to do.
And on the offensive side, you mentioned the 3 turnovers. How much of that was maybe stuff that they were doing to you? How much of that is stuff that you need to maybe concentrate a little bit more and clean up on your end of things?
To be honest, I think a lot of it was us, doing things before taking off running before we're first things first type of things. Knowing your assignments, we had a couple mental mistakes, and that's why those turnovers occurred. So those are things that we need to figure out and get better at right now, because we're kind of at that time of the season where we're playoff time, and we got 2 games left in a short amount of time. Actually, we have 3 games in about in less than 2 weeks. We have 3 games, so for sure. And that's we got to shore that stuff up and be mistake free.
In kind of a weird way, is that a good thing? The fact that you got a victory, but you got a lot of things to talk about from an improvement perspective heading into Friday night.
Yeah, it shows that we are resilient. And our kids are continuing to play, and they don't let those mistakes take us out of the game. It comes down to being mentally tough and weathering adversity, because there's in the game of football or any sport, there's going to be ups and downs, and that you can't let those downs take you out of the game completely.
And this week you traveled to Leroy Ostrander. They're coming off their first loss of the season to a very good Kingsland team last Friday night. What are you expecting this Friday?
They're a well-coached team, and they have some athletes. They're 5-1, and that's they've won some close games, and I think it's going to be a grind out game. We got to contain their quarterback, guard their receivers, and do our stuff. Read our keys and do our things, and be mistake free.
All right, Coach, hopefully you can keep the winning ways going and make the necessary improvements heading into next week. Keep kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Paul Tollefsrud, head coach of the Mabel Canton Cougars.